semi-popular request, we're going to be looking at the DarkSpore Editor once again. Last video I went over some basics of the editor, and I've learned much more about it, and it's actually really cool. It's one of the key selling points of this game, I believe, and it's just pretty awesome. So yeah, let's kick it off. One of the cool things I've learned is that you can get rid of any stats on any of the items you're in. Okay, so basically when you go, you get and you go to dungeons and whatnot, whatever they're called, planets, and you get items. You can basically just go over to one and just say, hey, you're worthless, but you look kind of cool. You can be a detail item now. A detail item is just basically nothing. It's just for detail. It's just for added coolness, whatever, whatnot. So let's look at a couple other ones. Some items are also exclusive. Like, for example, if I reduce the stats on this, oh, that's cool. So basically, if I remove the stats on an item, that basically means, say, look at this item. It's a Necro class, which is one of the 5 classes: Bio, Necro, Quantum, Plasma, and Cyber. Anyways, it's one of the 5 classes in the game. And by default, I can only use it on a Necro class guy. But if I click on it, and I click remove stats, and I click yes, it's now for all classes, even though it still has this little symbol up in the corner, which I don't know why. But yeah, so let's look through a couple of these items and figure out some worthless ones. Let's see. I have a couple of these guns. I wonder. Let's see. If I make this into a stat item. Oh, okay. So basically, if I convert weapons, feet, or hand items, they're pretty much worthless, and you can't use them as a detail weapon because, as I'll show you here in a second, once we find 1 or 2 more items, that you can only equip one weapon at a time. As a weapon isn't really it's not a detail item. So let's look around here. That looks kind of cool. Let's make that one. And this one as well. And that's about good. So here we're gonna look. As you can see, I've been messing with my guy called Hulk in the previous couple of playthroughs, but he's actually called Zrin. Learned that. But I like to call him Thing because he's pretty awesome. One way or another, I like him. But yeah, here's some other heroes. Here's another cool one called Wraith. I think he's pretty cool, so we're gonna edit with him. As you'll notice here, this guy is level 0, and I just unlocked this guy by starting editing him. And he's level 8 as you look in the top right corner. Level is determined by the items you wear, not by how much you play him, which is an interesting concept, but I don't know. A guy could be level 20 and have 0 experience with a guy because you'll get all types of items not depending on any hero you play. So let's just go into the editor. As you can see, the editor hasn't been changed much. Here, we're going to equip this weapon. Once we highlight over it, it just takes away the default weapon, and now we have this +8 mind. It's not a really strong weapon. Nothing hands, feet, and now we have an offense weapon. Offense, not generally used for much. They're just little tiny items. You can make them bigger, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to flip it up, kind of like that. And nope, I like it like that. Anything else? What about this one? Oh yeah. Now, as you can see, how I'm editing the item. You can rotate it, suck it into the skin, suck it out, you know, do whatnot. Here we have a defense item. Defense can go. It's a good point to mention. Some items are pre-built onto a hero. Like, I have not messed with this hero at all. So all these items right here, they're statless. If I remove one of those, it doesn't give me any DNA, which is your currency for how many items you can put on an item. I should probably mention that earlier. As you can see, this takes up 20 DNA if you look at the top of the little item box. And as I place it, about right there, you see how the DNA budget went up. Your DNA budget increases as your exhibitor level increases, which is basically your just global character guy. He's the master of the ship, whatnot. Let's see. How can we make this look a bit cooler? And about right there, that's about good. I like a curve though. Yeah, that's about good. And now we have these utilities. Currently, supposedly you can only unlock wear one utility at a time. Yeah. So this is the most. I think that's a nose. So that looks kind of ridiculous, but then again, he has no eyes, especially without that. Those look kind of cool on him. Those would look kind of cool on him, but let's see how it looks. The interesting thing is you can't look at the guy's skin while you're editing items to him, which is a rather big disappointment. But then again, they have improved this slightly. They made the little spray thing a little bit faster. Man, he does look kind of creepy now with that big nose and no eyes. But yeah. They've also updated, you know, some of the skins a bit. Made them look a bit better. I'm not sure if I'm willing to roll with that. What about this one? That looks pretty cool. Let's see if we can make that red. I like that. But let's make it a brighter red. If you go over here and you hold down any of these main colors, like this green, I can make it. It just selects, gives you a different grid of lighter tones to darker tones, as you can see. I'm gonna choose a bright red. As you can see, it's been a lot quicker. Now it doesn't do the whole spray thing every single time, although these things still do get in the way if you're looking at a particular angle, which is kind of annoying. So does this thing. I mean, really, why is this here? Oh yeah, this is how I'm really gonna edit my hero. Although you can zoom in, but if I want to get a far out angle and look at my guy, it doesn't really work well. Even from above. Yeah. It's kind of stupid. But anyways, moving on. You have two main primary skin colors. You have your skin, and then you have a detail. Details are usually your hands and your feet. This guy has some pretty big hands. No big deal. But let's see. Let's see how that looks. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. Let's go with darker purple. Actually, and I want to change the main color possibly to light blue. Yeah, that's a lot better. Now, as you can see here, moving on to the one last thing, which I don't know why it's in this particular order and why you still can't view the skin colors while you're in detail or item mode. I think that I find that kind of ridiculous. And here we have some of our detail items. Now you can put these anywhere you want because they're just detail items. I'm going to give them a nice little crotch protector. You know, everybody needs a little protection down there. Even if it happens you don't have anything down there. But hey, never know. A muon dampener. Don't know what that does. Want to possibly put that right there. Move that up a bit, right there. Shorten it a bit, and then not too much. Make it thicker. Kind of change the angle of it, like that. And there we go. And then we have these combat racks, which kind of look cool. Let's see, where can we put these? oh, you can only have... Oh, that's kind of stupid of me. You can only have one detail on them at a time, which, quite honestly, is kind of stupid in my opinion. I mean, really. I know that there should be a limit and all, but really, only one item per slot? Yeah. Maybe if I switch between these different... Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so see how this is a little muon whatever the heck it's called. Now if my theory is correct and I place this here, yeah, the icon changes. And now that these are unlocked later, I'm guessing, which is probably true. And now this should stay here. And these are still up here. Yeah, we're good. We're golden. Now we move over this one, and we can finally use these combat racks. Where do I want to put these? Possibly right here. Maybe not. Maybe just have it sticking out of his back or something. Yeah, that looks kind of interesting. Maybe not that big. Like that. Zoom it. I don't want it too small. I don't want it too big. And then curve it just a bit more. And there you have it. Now, if we click the skin button once again, see how that all looks. And quite honestly, the little metal textures look pretty badass. That's basically it. Nothing too special. As you can see, our heroes' levels went up just because we've added a few items, and you should now be more powerful and ready to kick some more ass. Yeah, that's basically the DarkSpore Editor, more detailed, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. And I'd like to say that anyone that leaves a comment, I do read all my comments currently, and I really appreciate them. If you'd like to see, you know, anything particularly exciting, more with the editor, more levels, whatever, maybe another beta of a game, just leave a comment, and I'd really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys giving me ideas on how to improve my show. With that said, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video.